Hello, everybody! I'm Victor Rivera, and welcome to the D&Me Season 1 celebration. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm glad to be here. I'm not wearing headphones for, the first time, and it's bizarre. But welcome. Hello. We are here to celebrate Season 1 of D&Me, and nope, this is weird. I'm going to put on headphones, even though they're not connected to anything. I don't know. There we go. Princess Dolly XO, hello! Dude, this queen. Okay, there we go. That's it's not even plugged into anything, but I like it better. I'm stuck in an ad. Oh no. Well, there we go. Hope for TTRPG's rating with a party of 7. Holy cow! Holy cow! Thank you, everybody. Hello, welcome. Hey! Hope, you wonderful, fabulous being. Thank you so much for showing up to D&Me Season 1 celebration. Welcome, raid folks, to Victor's 50th stream. Well, the 50th stream happened Wednesday. That was the 50th episode. But this is celebrating the 50th stream, all 50 episodes. This is Season 1. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we did a whole Season 1. I have a balloon. So that's gonna be a thing for tonight, which is very fun. You can't really see it because it's gold. Oh, speaking of which, I'm so sorry. I decided for this D&Me Season 1 celebration that I would rent out a room in the Palace of Versailles. So it is 1 a.m. here in Versailles, France. If you could save sweeping the gilded, the Dungeons and Dragons stream. Okay, thank you. Boy, they keep shoving caviar in my face, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the chat is popping off. This is amazing. So this is Palace of Versailles. Season 1 party, let's go! A lot of the skiing emotes. Woohoo! I can't do math, Victor. I think technically that was 50 through 54 because of tech issues. Haha, True Jack. He's so funny. Okay, so Princess Dolly XO redeemed Take a Sip, Water, D, and Meat. I will do that here in a second. Here, I'll do water to start, but that's a whole thing. Redeemed highlight my message. Celebration for 100. Thank you. Boy, this is great. I'm glad this didn't happen during any of my storytelling yet. Schmancy fancy pants. I love it, JT. Victor, so fancy, yes. Hydrate, Victor. Hydrate those vocals. Yeah. So, yes. Thank you so much. This is to celebrate my biggest artistic endeavor yet, which is spanning a whole year. So, August something was episode 1, Icy Introductions, all the way through this past Wednesday's episode 50, which is called episode 50. For example, you can see all of that. Oh, I did it over here. But you can see all of them. Wapow! All right, gonna take a while. Also, I'm ordering Wendy's. Dang it. No one can stop me. Good. Fancy boy, fancy Victor birthday week. Victor, hydrated. Victor, I love you, buddy. Aw, thank you, Dooley. That was a lot of love. So all 50 of my episodes, you can see all of the title cards here in this giant poster that I made to celebrate. Celebration. All the year of work. So, D&Me Adventures, one man playing Dungeons & Dragons by himself. Season 1, Episode 1, Icy Introductions through Episode 50. So, these are all 50. They are now available in a poster form and an art canvas print thing. And then kind of a puzzle on Redbubble, which is also called the Convex Crimson here in my universe. But I'm reshaping the puzzle, so... Ow, that was my ankle. Frosty time, and I still plan to buy Lord Toot Toot and Sir Onyx Nods. Yay. Admiral, don't do that quite yet. I have something surprise for you, but we'll talk about that later. Okay. So, yes, a lot of people, a lot of great fun. So, 50 episodes. Season 1. Yeah, this is me. I spilled water on me. Golly. Not yet? What a great puzzle idea. I'd love to put your face in a ton of holes. All right. All right. Surprise? Yes, Blue. I'll tell you about the surprise later. So this is a new product literally within the past hour, a puzzle and posters. Also, we have different new stickers to celebrate today's celebration. There's got to be more words. I don't have a thesaurus. I can't find my thesaurus, so I am heartbroken, and I heard that joke lately, and I wanted to... So, this is the golden D&Me sticker. Golly, this is fabulous chaos already. This is the golden D&Me sticker because we made it. We did a thing. That, and then season 1. Boop. And 50 episodes. Boop. And you can get all 4 of them together. The season 1, 50 episodes, the D&Me, and the original orange D&Me. So that literally just happened also on Redbubble now. So, yay. Crestfallen. Well, yeah, but, you know. And Ecology Advance 3 purple hearts. Hello. Hello. Curtis, I'm going to meet you soon. That's awesome. Thank you, Hope. Oh, boy. Excellent. Let's see. I have no plan for today. I have some notes, but this is it. I have a balloon that keeps being in my way. So these are the newest merchandise, merch. Yeah. So let's see. Poster and puzzle, and then the different stickers and stuff. But that's what I was working on lately. And now, thank you so much for being here. Victor needs more ballon. I thought about getting more than one balloon, but here in the Palace of Versailles, they only let me have the one. So, which is understandable, because it's so fancy. Hello! Anyways, I rented it out a room especially for y'all for tonight. So, before we do a thing, oh Lord, yeah, it was not cheap. But I have all that Twitch money because we've been doing this for a year. I have Twitch money, I have podcast money, I have Redbubble money. So there we go. I wanted to share with you, I have a bunch of notes. I have a bunch of questions. So if y'all want, in the chat, you can ask questions. But I have stuff that I figured most people would want to ask me on this wonderful day. Tell them I said you need more balloon. Admiral's orders. Well... Only a couple of them speak English, so I don't know how well that's going to go. But I want to share with you my final numbers. After 50 episodes, after one full season, then I have all of the numbers of all of my D&Medias, which this is great because after a full year, instead of calling them social media, then I instinctually call them D&Medias, which is great. So I like that better than the, than Bird App and all of the sometimes not great social medias. But my Excel sheet, my Microsoft Excel sheet is loading. So again, if you have any questions, ask them in the chat, and I would be happy to answer them. But while that's loading, my final number. So if you watch every episode of D&Me, which you can find on YouTube and Twitch, it is 121 hours. Which is 5 days, 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 6 seconds. That is all of D&Me, which is huge to think of. That's a huge body of work. I know Critical Role has like thousands of hours, and I've watched the first 2 campaigns, so I've watched hundreds of hours of that show. But like all of the other D&D shows that you know and love, that's a lot. Wow. Yeah, 121 hours. That's 5 days of listening straight. So that's humongous. I am very glad that I'm doing the D&D recaps. That was a really smart idea. That's a lot. Yeah. Summarizing 5 episodes at a time so that they're easier to catch up with, which totally makes sense. And I like that I do break down all of them in little digestible. You miss a lot of the characterizations and all the fun jokes and riffs and stuff, but you get the basic plot. So I feel like you can catch up pretty well. So I do want to edit all of the Dean recaps together for a season 1. I still need to do episodes 46 through 50, which I don't have any motivation to do right now, but I will eventually. Such good story. The time flew. Well, thank you very much, Dodie, or something. Yep. My mom and my dad, I know, watched all 50 episodes, and my sister has been very, very supportive, but she went off to like Europe and stuff, so she missed a couple, but I'm very proud of it. Boom. So also today, in kind of memorializing and immortalizing, that's a better word, I laminated my I Play With Myself card, so that, because it was just a loose note card on my desk, which I eat at my desk and drink at my desk and party, so it's a miracle that it's lasted a whole year without a scratch, but there it is. And then also, if you haven't seen it, on my Redbubble and D&D merchandise and the Convex Crimson, I have this font. I play D&D with myself as shirts and stuff, because I have my opening joke. I play with myself. I play D&D with myself. Well, here, no, I need to do it better. Hey everybody, welcome to D&Me. I'm Victor Rivera, and I play with myself. I play D&D with myself. So I have the card, and in order to immortalize the card even further, I have some of the stickers. My dad got me I play D&D with myself, which is based off of that card. So it's wonderful. I love it. So that's all great. Okay. And now my Excel sheet has loaded, kind of. Golly. All right. So my final numbers as of today, a couple hours ago, so people might have followed me since, but I kind of doubt it. For Twitch, and Blue brought up a good thing. Hey! Boy. Yay. Thank you for the tweets, Admiral and Hope. Hope ranked Pokemon Generations 2 through 6. It was so fun. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. About how, like, in order of cuteness. So that's adorable, and I love it. So for Twitch, and Admiral said earlier that 121 hours are only for the show itself, and I've done like 70 plus hours of bonus content, which is still bonkers. That's more than a season of TV. Drum roll. Yes. For Twitch itself, I have 112 followers, 7 subscribers. That siren that loves to go off. I don't know if I might have more subscribers now, because people resubscribed just now, which is amazing. Thank you. That's a work paycheck worth of hours. Yeah, over a whole year. So this has been a great hobby, but even more than that, it's elevated to like this storytelling endeavor. I keep trying to remind myself when I get overwhelmed after 52 weeks in a row that this is more than a season of TV show, or this is many, many movies tied together. Bumbling Witch, ayo, stopped by to say hiya. Hello, Bumbling Witch. Good to have you here. We're just going through our numbers right now. For YouTube, I have 62 subscribers. I have they had Twitch, like how many views you had, but then they did away with those a while ago. But I was getting some good numbers. But for YouTube, I have 1,855 views, so 1,855 views. This is way more than just one ting. We have the arts and all of the D&Me fun. Yeah, thank you. And this is, I did want to speak a little bit to all of the art forms that is D&Me. So it's the storytelling element, it's the playing D&D, it's also me writing and preparing as a dungeon master, because I have a lot of stuff for season 2. I'll talk about this also. I have 20 pages of notes for season 2 that I haven't touched yet. Tipsy #1 fan _. Holy shit, you're incredible. Thank you very much. Actually, Aaron. Oh, wow. So many people. Thank you for all joining in. 62 pages. Oh, okay. So writing. And then it's thank you for subscribing at Tier 1. They've been subscribed for 7 months. Holy cow. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Oh, writing as a DM because I've stuck mostly to the main plot that I've been thinking of. We spent half of the show working to rescue the doppelgangers, which was a lot and amazing. Literally since episode 24, asking for help anywhere, then we've been working towards the big goal of rescuing the doppelgangers, including from 35 Paper Bird onward to Damp Denouement, episode 44. So 35 to 44. That's 9 episodes that I thought we were going to spend in the Castle Lanterns and Plaza Grelhund and do that whole party thing. But instead, my team found something else to do. So we were at the Restful Lily Bath House and Spa for 9 episodes, which was a lot. But that's great. Rescue the doppelgangers. And we did. A little bit of a spoiler, but this is season 1. The end celebration. So we did rescue all the doppelgangers, which ties into something I want to talk about with identity. But first, 20 pages. I can only wonder what the wondrous Lord Toot and Sir Onyx get up to. I have a lot of notes for a lot of them, but the spa was nice. It was Restful Lily Spa. I should have a Restful Lily design, and then, well, I don't think Redbubble does robes, but they do aprons, which is great. My Vulture Aarakocra, Vinny and Vicky, they have their own apron that you can get. They're legitimate businessmen for Buzzard Bros, Butchers, and Towns and Tanning. So that's very good. Yeah, I'll finish up here with the numbers, and I'll get to something good. I'll talk about identity. I have that written in my notes. But 42. Oh, 42. I have 42 Facebook followers for the Facebook page. So when I post on my DN Medias, I do Twitter first because that is the least amount of characters in a post. So that helps condense it all. So I post on Twitter at D&Me Adventures right here. D&Me Adventures and Like Gnome. The apron turned out wonderful. Yes, my mom and my sister both got the aprons, which for my sister, the apron was as big as she was. So that's very funny. 42. Oh, yeah. So Twitch and no, I post on Twitter first and then Instagram. I post on both the D&Me's Instagram and then my personal Instagram. And then I post on Facebook. So sometimes my personal Facebook, but the D&Me Facebook page. So that's 42 followers. For Instagram, I have 179 followers. For Twitter, I have 251, which is great. I spat on my mic a little bit. And then for the podcast, I have 238 listens for the first 12 episodes I have. I have 12 episodes, one for every month, because editing one episode a month was a good pace for me. And then I have 38 more episodes to go. So I'm reevaluating podcasts. But then I also have the D and Recaps, the audio for the first 10. So that's 14 episodes total, I think. And then for my link tree, which you can find at linktr.ee/D&Me Adventures and Like Gnome, it's a gold star. It was the only gold filled up balloon at the Dollar Tree. I mean, at the airport for the Versailles in France, which is where we are right now. Thank you so much. Ooh, it's 1:19 a.m. and they're passing around warm croissants. Fuck. I should have done croissants, but I have something better here in a second. But for my link tree, that's linktr.ee/D&Me Adventures and Like Gnome. Bop. There are 571 visits, so that's anytime someone clicks or goes onto the link. And then within that, then there's 303 individual, like, you clicked on a thing. So that is exceptional. I have all my D&M Medias up there. I have, what do I have? Let me look that up real quick. True, Jack, you're so funny. Settling in to watch and drink. As promised, I found a tie, but I do not own a shirt. That's so funny. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This is just lovely, where I get to brag about an art thing that I did for a whole year. So, Frank Arb. Click the buttons. I'm sure France has a Dollar Tree. Love it. So, those are all my numbers. 121 hours. Excel document. And then recently, I got a Twitch achievement for being a Twitch streamer that's called the Empire Business, where I had to stream for 250 hours. So that is both the 121 hours and then, the pre-show for D&Me Adventures, but then all of the bonus content, all the D&Me extras, and D&, recaps, and D&, Artistry, which I did for a lot of Tuesdays there. Wow, that's epic. Thank you. So I did achieve the Empire Business, which is 250 hours, which also I did for my PlayStation 5. I did a bunch of Skyrim for my mom for Mother's Day, and then some Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, but a glitch made me start back at the beginning of the campaign the whole time, and that was really obnoxious. But I have a bunch of other games that I do want to play, and a bunch of ideas. I just need a bit of a break. And with that, that's a good segue into... Thank you so much for showing up to the D&Me D&Me celebration, D&Me Season 1 celebration, where we talk about this wonderful entertainment experiment experience. And with that, whoever I invited everyone. I cordially invited you. There was an invitation. Yeah. Trooster, Toot toot tooey. Congrats, Victor, my brother. Thank you so much. And all of the emojis and emotes. Thank you. Yes. But for the invitation down at the bottom, it says, thank you for showing up, Drew. It says, oh, it's a little tiny arrow. What? Bring a glass of something good. So, for those of you who did, and if you're 21 and over, then it could be alcoholic. But if not, not even gonna talk. God, the balloon is such a good idea, but it's such a bad idea. I have a bottle of champagne, and when I was in the store, it's orange. It's a lot of orange, which is great. When I was in the store, I saw a lot of rosé, which was great, from New Zealand, and I was like, oh, that's cool, but not quite. So I got Prosecco, which I think is too close to prosciutto for my taste, but God, so that's very funny. Okay, I'll do that. Hold, please. Oh boy. All right, that's better. Got the good meat out for you. Hell yeah. Oh boy. The drink of my people is in then skiing. Yes. I have one emote, which is one of my kobolds going skiing. Perfect. That's much better. So, this is very orange, which is my whole deal. This is not the cheapest champagne. I made sure of that. And here we go. Let's see. Oh, golly. Oh, this is my room. And I have all of my, I have 2 laptops right here. So, hey! Look at it. Yay. Oh, wow. Hold on. What's a good angle? Yay! Hey! And get the star facing that way. Oh! I think that's good. Okay. Great. This is what it feels like to be a real streamer. I got the chat flying by. That's amazing. Okay. And now I will open it without spilling a drop because all of my equipment is right here. So. Oh, my champagne pop is still up. My PNG. Get out of here. I'm done with you. That joke was very good. Woohoo, look at it go. LMAO, Victor. Oh, no, Rock. Oh, yeah, sorry, Rock. You're not going to be in this title card. Do not break a mirror in Versailles. Oh, that would be so expensive. Screenshot it, LMAO. Rock is getting wet with the champagne cork. Victor, you are a real streamer. Aw, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. Go to another room, lol. No, I'm going to open it very slowly. I should have had a towel. That would have been smart. Here. Get this out. Yeah. That steam's the best part. All right. Now, my dears, let's not do that over my laptop, huh? I was just complaining about it. Holy cow. Yes. Put that on my coaster. So, cheers! Thank you so much for being here for Season 1 celebration. Clink! Oh, that tastes like accomplishment. I love it. Victor, you are more than a streamer. You are a content creator. I honor thee with a head bow. Oh, well, thank you. Yay! In the mug. Let's go. Yeah! Victor did it! Cheers! Thanks, everybody. I am a sad panda. I won't get to see you before I leave Atlanta or at Drama Inc. next week. Chris W. Oh, I'm sorry you have to head out, but thanks for popping by here. That's amazing. Yay! And then some whiskey emotes. Happy New Year! Ooh, best flavor. Happy Victor Day. I love this. This is great. You know what? I should keep going instead of ending. No, I need a break. So thank you so much. I'm literally, for the first time in my streaming experience, I'm letting the chat, like I had it half for the past year, but now I'm having the whole screen so I can read it. So DNV drinks and Victor. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. DNV drinks and Victor. I like D and mead like the drink. That's very funny. DNV drinks and Victor. Pop, pop, pop. I'll show you DNV. Where can I get that cool mug? You can get that cool mug at my Redbubble store or the Convex Crimson in my game. I don't know the link specifically, but you can find it on Linktree, linktr.ee/DNMeAdventures and like gnome, where you could, for my new people, you can also get a poster of all of the title cards for Season 1, all 50 title cards, and then a new set of stickers that I posted just today to celebrate Season 1 and 50 episodes, and they're gold, so thanks for the plug. When can we play? Hey, when can we play? I got a new job in LA, and I just booked and filmed my first network co-star too. Hey! EOD guy, 89. Cheers to that. That's huge. Clink. Good job, Chris. I'm just going to put on a little bit more. So, yes, thank you all so much for coming. What was your favorite part of Season 1? That's a great question. So, my favorite part was all of it. Was actually just doing it. So, it was a huge endeavor, and I talked a little bit at the end of episode 50, called episode 50, where it's so big to think of it now, 121 hours, 50 episodes, 50 weeks, a whole full year, but me actually sitting down and figuring stuff out, like rereading all of the notes that I had for all 4 characters from campaigns past and designing all of these things. For example, that ties in perfectly. When I created the show, then you need like logos and banners and a whole aesthetic. So I was thinking about it, and then I came up with my 2 favorite shades of my favorite color. So orange, which this one, the darker, more red one, is hex code hashtag FF6604, and then this lighter one, which I use for everything, that is FF9004. So literally, when I look at my project, when I look at on any of the DN Medias or any of my posts, or when I scroll through just the pages that I have, then my eye and my brain's immediately like, oh my gosh, that's my favorite color. What's this? Oh wait, that's my show. So like, I planted my own seeds of happiness. I made it so that I would look forward to any posts that I make, and that's so much fun. Which ties into something else that I didn't finish earlier. This was such a great entertainment experiment because I worked artistically on writing and role playing and acting, but also all the graphic design. So that challenged me hugely because these, if you remember in episode 1, my 4 boys were the hero forges of them. And I took the screenshots of them, and some tabletop role-playing games, TTRPGs, they do that. And that's their budget level. And so I spent not money, but time, because I have an art minor and I do graphic design and drawing, so I made my own boys, and that started my whole Redbubble. And I have stickers, I have the D&Me die logo and all 4 boys on the back of this laptop, and then on my PlayStation 5 I have a big die logo, and then Play With Myself Station 5 in the PlayStation font. So that's really fun. So I love doing all of that. Thanks for the question. When can we play? Admiral, let's go! At Chris, I remember the first time we met, Victor. Yes! So with Admiral and Blue, like, that's one of my friends from... they are one of my friends from the DN Medias. And then Hope has been a huge, like, lighthouse in helping everyone in the community, but especially me with some of my stuff. So she's amazing, and everyone I've met through everything. Princess Dolly XO, who's your favorite character and why is he Toot Toot? So I love Toot Toot, and when I first started playing, then like Toot Toot was like, he was the freshest because of Drew, if he's still here. Drew, he was talking about having a Loxodon character, and this was 2021, where I was like playing a video game and I was like, Loxodon, oh man, I want a Loxodon now. So then I made a Loxodon with his help. But Tipsy's really fun all the time. I know my mom loves Rock a lot, but Onyx has turned into like this huge fan favorite because he's so funny and unlike the other 3, which is great. But Toot Toot, for a lot of D&Me, Toot Toot was like the conduit which the audience went through as things were happening to him, and he had to, oh no, everything's happening to me. But then in the past maybe 5th of the show, then he got his own stuff, and so then he became his own character. But I was concerned there for a while. I was like, let's see, Companionship 34 onward, that was when Toot Toot started to be his own thing rather than just the easiest audience surrogate. Hashtag Team Toot Toot. Episode 50 celebration. Only Toot Toot fans. Toot Toot's amazing, though. I love him, and he's such a hopeful romantic, much like I am. Oh my gosh, I could talk about how all these characters in me, but would instantly subscribe. Take my money, Toot Toot. True Jack, just a few more practice dice, and I think you'll nail it. Yeah, right? Yeah. With that, also 50 episodes, then I was thinking in terms of Critical Role, which is just a blue whale in comparison to all the other D&D shows. And they've been going on for 8 years now, and they have an empire, which I feel is very well earned, and they're doing amazing stuff. But with 50 episodes, 121 hours of D&Me, each of their episodes averages 4 hours each. So 121 hours, that's like 30 episodes. Hey, that's not bad at all. That's like 30 Critical Role episodes. And Campaign 1 had 121 episodes or something. And then Campaign 2 had like 130, 140. So like when weeks went by and I was chomping at the bit. I'm like, I'm not doing a whole lot. It's just 2 hours. And then eventually it went to 2.5 hours. But I was like, this isn't a lot of D&D. But then I realized it's weekly instead of bi-weekly, which is Dungeons and Daddies and the Adventure Zone. And, well, no, Critical Role is also weekly. But, yeah, I'm only at, like, episode 30 of a Critical Role. So that was huge. I remember that. You should be proud of all the work you've put into this. Thank you, Hope. Thank you. Ooh, I remember when they were the Hero Forges, then they were naked, no color yet. Yep, they were just the line drawings, and then the basic line drawings, and then I added in details. Toot toot, best boy! Onyx be the bestie I need in my life. Team Onyx for life. The Brostradamus! Oh, thank you, Cole. Subscribe for 8 months. This is bonkers. This is amazing, y'all. Thank you so much. BRB, my Wendy's here. Good. Yeah. So that was my favorite thing about D&D, which is all of it. I need to go back for the title card and get the... I'll remember it. So, Empire Business. Here's a question that I thought... So, I've kind of worked out tonight chronologically a little bit, so I was stalling in order to open up the champagne until 7:15, so that worked out well. Talk about final numbers. But here at the beginning, how did I come up with D and Me? So, Wendy sounds so good. Yeah, right? There's so much orange in this room. It's great. In this room in Versailles. Hey, thanks. Merci. Merci beaucoup. And that's your middle finger. Okay, that's fine. I want Thai food. I'm getting Thai food. All right, y'all are... So, how did I come up with D and Me? I had... Let's see. An emotional breakdown is a big word for it, but I needed to escape Atlanta and the life I was living at that point. So I went up to my sister's cabin in March 2021, and I took like 6 days to eat and scream, eat myself silly, scream into the void, drink, cry a whole bunch. Because things weren't great in my life. And then after a while, I was like, okay, I need to do... I didn't feel artistically fulfilled. So I was like, I need to realign myself with art. What am I doing that's not fulfilling? And I was like, okay, I haven't done art for me in years. And that was something that I needed to remember, that the reason I'm not a professional graphic artist or like an artist and selling paintings and stuff is because I don't want people to like, oh, this is great, but you need to scooch this over and you need to, like, getting those art notes, I hate. I love doing art for me, though. So I was thinking, what of all of my art possibilities, because there's 1,000 of them that I could do, what interests me the most? And then there was this little tiny seed of an idea. Well, actually, before that was... in order to do art for myself, then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do The Artist's Way, which is a 12-week book with exercises and practices that you can realign yourself with your artistic self. And that was really cool. And I did it with my mom, and that was humongous. She ended up making her own books, which is incredible. She made Rock a book for Christmas, this past Christmas, which was lovely. But week 11, I came up with D and Me. And I wrote maybe a year before that, just randomly in some of my notes, I was like, I could play Dungeons & Dragons with myself, because I would say the worst part of Dungeons & Dragons is being very excited for a game, and other TTRPGs, but being very excited for a game and then having it cancel in the last minute, or... and I'm very guilty of this in many of my games, but like not playing for 3 months or something, like that was really frustrating and part of my emotional breakdown. Because literally I went up to my sister's cabin in the mountains of North Carolina, and I'm gonna maybe pop that thing by the end. No, I had like 5 games set up in 1 week. and I was very excited. It was all of my D&D stuff aligning for this week away, and then every single one of those games canceled. And it was like two games in a day also, and both of them canceled, and I was at my wit's end. So I took a couple months off and decided, you know what, I want to play D&D, but I only want to depend on me. And that's exactly what this is. This is a whole show where I am the only person that I can blame if it's late, and thankfully it was never late. Like, there were 2 weeks. One was Thanksgiving. In a whole year, 52 weeks, I took off Thanksgiving, and then there was a week where I went home to North Carolina and my microphone went kaputski. And those were the only 2 weeks I took off, so 50 episodes in 52 weeks, which is huge. So then I did The Artist's Way, and then I came up with all of this. Imagine canceling on yourself, lol. Yeah, and my dad, this is one of the points he's made in this past year. He is very proud of me because I had the stick-to-itiveness. My grandpa, David, called it, I read this in the last episode, but in a card he sent, congrats on what Jiminy Cricket calls stick-to-itivity. How remarkable. Yeah, so even though some episodes I was very tired, some episodes I called it like after 90 minutes. I think Sheen, episode 26, I was very, very tired. That was my last super tired one. That was short. Episode 11, Rat and Real Estate, was my worst one that I would consider because I was very tired and a little bit hungover, but I learned a lot from that episode. Victor commits to the craft so hard he's his own director, producer, actor, player, and DM. Yeah! And with that, I think D&Me's remarkable for 1,000 reasons, but when I first came up with it and I was pitching it to people, just to make the brand grow, then people were like, what? That makes what? In fact, when I was laminating this card today at the UPS store, then the person there was like, oh, I played D&D with myself. That's cute, but impossible. And I was like, well, actually, tonight, literally, I have a celebration celebrating 50 episodes of me doing exactly that. So there are very few people in the D&Medias and the TTRPG family that do solo gaming. And I believe there's one that's a blog that's really cool where you can see the actual like dice rolls in bold. But I think I'm the only one with like an actual show, a video show, and a podcast. So that's huge. Admiral says, you've shown so much dedication, Victor, because this takes a lot of energy drain. Yeah. Hence, me taking a break after season 1. But thank you all so much. You're performing D&D Rakugo, and it's very impressive. Bam, 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 bam. Anime. Let's see. Literally, Fallen Words is a form of Japanese verbal entertainment. A lone storyteller sits on a stage called the koza, and using only a paper fan and a hand towel as props, recounts without raising from his seat a long and complicated comical story. That's amazing! True, Jack. Holy cow. And there's some great looking pictures on here too, but that's incredible. You done broke my head. True, Jack? Amazing. Yeah. Well, heck yeah. Amazing. So, yeah, I'm doing exactly that, which is humongous. Feel free to use that for marketing. Thank you. I will put a little asterisk, and then, True Jack, you will know. For all pennies that you will get. So, yeah, that's very good. I like that a lot. So that's all of it, huh? Yeah, so I wanted to depend on myself, and then it's scary now looking back. It's almost overwhelming now at episode 50 at the end of season 1 to look back and go, wow, I've done this for a whole year. But when I did week 2 trolling, I didn't think that I would reach an episode 50. Like, I thought it would just go continuous, but I didn't have like an end point. So Today I learned something, True Jack, says my mom. Yeah, True Jack is a valuable player in the market and for my audience. So thank you. Thank you, y'all. Yeah. If y'all have any other questions, let me know, but I'm just going to go through my notes. Why am I having a close to season 1? I thought about it, and what I just said a minute ago is that when I first came up with this, I was like, yeah, I could do this forever. And like I could have 200 episodes and it'll be great, but with the stick-to-itiveness, with doing it for a year and every week, every Wednesday, which is just amazing. Victor, I'm taking a sip of Dr. Pepper in honor of thee, and then one for our friendship, and then one for the future. Whoa! All right, Blue. Just take it easy, all right? Victor says, working his way through a whole bottle of champagne. Thank you very much. I'll take 3 sips as well. And I won't even charge you channel points for that. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. Let's create a dangerous precedent. Boop. Let's see. Did it do the thing? Did it do the? Yeah. Hey, there we go. I won't get too tipsy with my boy Tipsy. Yep. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, God. All right. So. Oh, boy. I made a huge mistake. Chug, 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 chug. I'm going to make this last. Oh. All right. You started this. I know I did. Oh, I know I did. It was when my sister found that out. And, oh, boy. All right. Well. All right. I took a couple. I'll do some more later, but I want to keep talking about me first. Yeah. So why am I doing a close to season 1? First of all, I think 50 is a nice, really even number. I forgot about the button until you said something. Cole, you delicious bastard. Yeah. So I think 50 is great because I was starting to feel a little burned out a couple weeks ago. And I think 50 is just a nice square number. It looks great on a poster and a puzzle. I was thinking about, like 10 weeks ago when I was still in The Restful Lily, I was like, God damn it. That's just a lot. That's a lot of time in The Restful Lily. Like, I didn't mean for it to go on that long. I'm not doing the Waterdeep Dragon Heist adventure right now. I'm splitting off into another book. And then I was not feeling great about it. And then the real, God, take care of yourself, my boy. Yeah. So the real turning point was there was a moment where my funds, I hang glide on my savings for the last lot of years because I'm a full-time actor and I save up money. But there was a time where my funds were like blinking red because my car had their check engine light on and I had to do hundreds of dollars of other things. And it was not a comfortable feeling. So then I resumed a side gig. And the first day doing that, I was feeling bad because I was hang gliding on my savings and then working my way through D&Me, and it was great. Like at the very beginning, I spent all day, every day for weeks working on D&Me, which was lovely and incredible and a true gift. But as I needed money for rent and bills and food, then my first day out, I was thinking, you know what? Money, ugh. What if I made so much money in this next little saving spree? What would I do with thousands of dollars? And then the first thought that floated to my head was Australia and New Zealand. So this brings it back to the first 5 minutes of this stream. But what's next for Victor? literally, I'm saving up so much money right now that September 9th, I am flying out to New Zealand for 10 days and then going over to Australia for the rest of the month. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I wanted to get D&Me to a great place where I didn't rush an ending, that I took my time. I thought about this like 10 weeks ago, about ending it at episode 50 and having like a solid season 1. And I'm very proud of myself that I did. I wrapped up a lot of loose ends, and I came up with some really cool stuff that still surprised me as we finished up. But I planned so far back, that literally in my fridge were 4 Red Bulls and 4 Monsters. So it was 8 weeks out at least where I shuffled them. So it was a Red Bull, then a Monster, then a Red Bull, then a Monster. So because like 13 weeks ago, I was getting very tired come 7:50, for example. And the stream benefited for me having an energy drink right beforehand. So I had 8 energy drinks in my fridge. But yeah. Pacing yourself is needed always. Don't pull a me and burn yourself out and need a year to recover. Take those healthy breaks. Let yourself rest. I want pictures. Yes, I will. What is that emote? That is a bam. Is that like a foot or a twister or something? Yeah, so I am taking care of myself, I promise. And I really, really wanted to do this justice. I didn't want it to fizzle. I didn't want D&Me to fizzle out like many other art projects that I've done in the past. I wanted to give it a good, solid, like, boom, episode 50, work my way up towards it. And I'll talk about endings here in a second. Wow, this is all really working really well. But endings, how is it ending D&Me? First of all, the season 1 finale, the biggest takeaway from that for episode 50, called episode 50, was it didn't taste, smell, or feel how I expected. And none of the episodes so far, all 50 of them, none of them have turned out how I expected. They went 90% the way I thought they were going to go plot-wise, but there's always some things that surprise me, which is amazing. But episode 50 didn't feel how I thought it would have felt for the past 8 weeks, which was really interesting. And I don't know how to describe it beyond that. With a lot of things in my life, then there's no final, like, and that is it. I will never touch it again. Like, after graduating from some of my schools, then there was always like, I did summer stock. So even though I graduated, I still have the last couple of weeks where I had to still show up every day and rehearse and act and stuff and still perform. So I did that for pretty much every school that I went to. So like me graduating college wasn't like a clean, shaka, I'm done. It was always, check it out. Well, then there's actually this 2 more months of shows that I'm doing up in the mountains or whatever. Zoltan from Dude, Where's My Car? Mm-hmm. Is that what the emote is, or? So, I really wanted... So, doing episode 50, I knew it wasn't the done, because I knew that Saturday would be this, us celebrating and me drinking champagne and talking, like wrapping everything up, which is really cool. And then I still have 20 pages of notes for season 2. Yes, that's the I got it. We're on the same page now. So I still have 20 pages and so many ideas for season 2. And I, Victor, right now want a season 2, but I don't know how Victor will feel in a couple months of not doing D&Me, of like, maybe I will find another project or something. So I really want there to be a season 2. I don't want to pressure myself, as we were just talking about in the chat, to do anything beyond what I have spoons for. So I have a lot of ideas for season 2, and it took me years to put D&Me together because I had a lot of ideas for all my characters. So right now, though, it is lightly written in pencil that I will start thinking about, maybe, perhaps, the possibility of doing season 2 in December. But, again, that's after months of me not having anything on Wednesdays. That's literally a month of me being in New Zealand and Australia. So, let season 2 come when it's ready. Exactly. How would you feel about having people voice NPCs, like pre-recorded stuff you could use? That's a very interesting question, Cole. I have thought about how D&Me could be D&We, of having like a guest come on or a guest DM, but there's so much Victor story that I haven't figured that out yet. And the beauty or the trouble of D&D is that it could go anywhere. It could branch off. Literally, I have like 20 pages, not really, but I have maps that I've made condensing 30 pages of various notes into a party map that we never got to because instead we went to the Bath and Hot Springs. So it would be really interesting. I would almost have to write a script for what I want them to say if it's pre-recorded for NPCs. Or if I have a guest player come on, then I would sit them down and go, all right, these are the 10 things you know. And like, this is where I want the story to go. That's very interesting. We love this idea, says Drew. Oh. All right, I'll think about it. I have lots of... So one of my questions was also, what would I do differently for season 2? And not a lot. Here, hold on. I have 6 thoughts floating in my head right now. Did you hear that? It has been thundering a lot this past week, and I love it. Rain is my favorite weather. So, yes, having someone on, I would have to tell them like a whole bunch of, this is where the story's going. Because I don't want them to have free reign and go, oh, well, yeah, well, the dragon on that, inside that house. And I'm like, well, God damn it. Now there needs to be a dragon inside that house. But Cole and Drew, I made a note that y'all like that. Don't let Australia steal you from us. That would be defo need a script if it's NPCs. Yeah. And I also thought like if there was a guest DM or something. I haven't figured all that out yet. I don't remember what some of the other talking points were before that. Oh, what would I do differently for a season 2? First of all, I think that I have learned and adapted very well from episode to episode. For example, in the early teens, then I wrote a note for myself that I shouldn't have a clicky pen. So I always had a pen where I had a cap. Like I would switch out pens on my desk so that I wouldn't have to edit this out for the podcast. So I always feel, and even production quality from episode 1 to episode 50 was huge, but I learned little by little, step by step. Like I had to change out this mic. I redid my voice. Like I solidified my order and routine on how I do things. So I wouldn't say so much change any of that because I ended up doing great and found myself a comfortable rhythm. But in this past week, especially, one of the things I will definitely do is keep like a sheet of thanks that I have, like Dean dedications right at the beginning where I tweeted out the people who worked. It was Dean dedications or Dean the people who worked on Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I tweeted out a whole bunch and some responded, and so I thanked them on the stream, but I didn't write them down. Like, I deleted over this. So I was like, nuts. So I will definitely just have a running sheet of people who I thanked or generously bought me gifts from my Amazon wish list. So thank you very much, Cole, for the starter kit and all the people who have bought me books over the years. I have all of the D&D books, except for like the last 3 that were published. But I have all of them. So thank you so much. I'm at the Thai spot now. Happy Saturday, Victor. I loved listening on my drive. Well, thank you very much, Dooley. Thank you. Yeah. Could do guest one-shots. I love this idea. Interesting. Guest one-shots, too. Yeah, I'll think about it. Because I talked to someone about halfway through about how to grow my Twitch presence, and he was like, well, this is interesting because it's a one-man show, but you don't... Love you, buddy. Thank you, Dooley. For Twitch, you can add in credits with a thank you page as well. What? Add in credits with a thank you page as well. Interesting. I don't know what that means, but... Yeah, but I just wanted a sheet of paper where at the end of season 2, then I can go through and go, oh, this is how I reached out to this person. This is how I can thank them and invite them for a season 2 celebration. So that's the only thing that I, like, within this past week, I was like, nerds! But everything else that's kind of like what I would change. Like, I've kind of adjusted it as we were going. So that's a good idea. OBS should have the integration already, but we'll talk about it after the stream. Yeah, that would be great for me because getting a little bit buzzed. Or have a writing contest where someone can write out a potential dungeon storyline for you to use. That's great. I did think of that. I have a lot of notes. Let's see how big my my D&Me priorities sheet is. But I did think if anyone were to write a dungeon, that I would do pretty much what I did for the Restful Lily and go through it blind. But yeah, I have 27 pages of notes that are not like plot or story driven. It's like all of Twitch and all of my thoughts for podcast and beyond. So yeah. And it's interesting. Well, I could talk to Hope about this also, but sometimes when you have a good idea and then put it out into Twitter, it just fades away. But like, because I ask people like, hey, who does art here? I'm like, okay, well. But also, it's really hard to keep up with it. And it's a challenge for me because there's a lot of depressing stuff on Twitter. So to weed through that, and Hope, I will... Here's cheers to you because you are just a beacon again of positivity and optimism, and kindness is strength, and you are really amazing in that regard because it's a hard, toxic place sometimes. So cheers. Clink. But kindness is strength. Oh, my heart. Yay. Yeah, super admirable and super brave. Could do like a D&Me stories so the glorious boys can get sucked into different worlds or dimensions at times. Then we get different stories. That's interesting. Cheers. Thank you so much. Yay. Twitter is like being in a vast desert, but every once in a while someone will spit in your mouth and you'll be grateful. Well, that's not, exactly how I would put it, Drew Jack, but yeah. Well, I am thankful and grateful for you, True Jack, also for showing up and being just real charming and funny and supportive. Like, my mom every once in a while will text me about True Jack and just making sure that you're good. So, there we go. Katabble no comment, True Jack. Yeah. But yeah, Hope and Admiral and True Jack, thank you so much for showing up from Twitter and being great. And an inspiration and yada yada. Hey, this is about me, all right? No, but thank you. I'm very grateful, and the only reason I got to episode 50 is because of my audience and y'all, so thank you. Boy, is that distracting at all? Is it? It's fine. You can't really see it half the time. All right, I'm in Versailles. Hey! Fromage. Okay. I've talked about a lot of stuff so far. No distracted. Good. Here's a question that a lot of people asked. Oh, by the way, the boys from my RPG. Oh, yeah. Because Admiral does a bunch of characters also. So, yeah, let's... I will come up with how... Oh, boy, this was a thing I didn't talk about. Discord said to remind you your invite to join is still open. Oh, right. That's part of my 27 pages of notes. I'm going to do fromage. Very good, Poppy. Yep. I can't wait to go back to France. Yeah, Cole, this is, we're in Versailles. I rented out a room just for the, the 3 chandeliers is a bit much. Omelette de fromage. Say it again, Dexter. Omelette de fromage. As a kid, I was like, oh, so that's what sexy is. Okay, cool. When she said, say it again. Anyways, wow. Oh, no. So, one of the questions I get the most is, what have I learned from D&Me for doing a show over a year, just playing with myself? Not the cheese omelet. TBH made a sweet French omelet today. Hey, that worked out nicely. So what have I learned? I learned a lot about streaming and making a Twitch show and all the mechanics therein. I learned that I may be using 2.5% of all that Twitch has to offer, which I'm totally okay with. I don't need to do a lot. Well, since I have the PlayStation 5 and a bunch of games that I do want to stream, I should check out other streams that do that. But that's something for future Victor to do. But I loved exploring D&D as a storytelling medium because the exchange of playing with other people to what I have benefited just playing with myself as all the characters and DMing is really telling the story. And my mom, I think, said that until this show, she didn't know that D&D could be a storytelling device where through the mechanics and the translations and all of the gameplay mechanics of D&D, that you could have not shopping episodes, but like character interactions on a more intimate level and really quaint conversations and friendships that bloom. Okay, I will stop right now. Actually, Aaron W., I heard all of French food has onions. Onions is the worst. No, that is the anti-Victor food. So I will block you all right now if you continue talking about onions. No. But using D&D as a storytelling media, I learned that pretty much from Critical Role. And it's really amazing. And I was DMing right before D&Me, and I was using it a lot for storytelling methods, and then my players had to sit down and go, Victor, hey, we love what you're doing. Great stuff. But we just want to fight more and do puzzles. And I was like, oh, well, that's my least favorite stuff. So, all right. I think our last episode was, I was like, okay, y'all are leaving the town, and hey, there's a hobgoblin, and they cut down a tree, and here's 3 puzzles you have to figure out. Oh, no? Well, you didn't do it, so there's a fight. And that was really interesting because that was like... It was just different expectations and wants from the game. And I was so involved in my own storytelling that I didn't think about the other players. So I do apologize for that little snafu. But since then, D&Me has been a lot of that. Let's see. I hate them too. Good. That's why you were asking. Lord, no. It's a sweet and not a savory. Hope redeemed a highlight message. Have you ever thought about using a different TTRPG system? Very interesting. I have been blessed with playing Vaesen, which is a Nordic mythology game, and Blades in the Dark, which is a very rogue Victorian dark game. Both of those I played with When Can We Play, which is one of my friends. They're popping around in the chat, but they have their own stream, and they are very into indie TTRPGs. And they reluctantly play D&D every once in a while because that's the big draw. I personally... It's really interesting to have a whole show based off of Dungeons & Dragons. and that being the main selling point. Like, I play D&D with myself. Because as I've spent a year in the TTRPG family Twitter space, then literally half the things on my feed are people hating on D&D, which that's their preference. That's totally fine. But I love D&D so much, but I'm finding flaws in it also. Like, recently I've bent a lot of the rules because my wizard doesn't use any spell components. My wizard doesn't keep track of spells they learned that day. Like, all of their spells are available all the time. Victor, the Masquerade could be fun. True Jack, man, you're just being part of all of my notes. Masquerade could be fun. The most important part is playing a system you enjoy. I was just curious. Well, thank you. I want to see Victor do a Wildermyth campaign. I don't know what that is. And yes, I love D&D. I love the lore behind it. I love collecting all the books. But seeing people opinionated about D&D has been educational for me, because pretty early on I realized that D&D was a little bit flawed with the racial undertones, and I was really turned off from the D&D peoples on Twitter lately because the trailer for the Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves came out. I haven't seen it. For trailers for movies that I'm really excited about, I don't watch the trailers anymore, and I've done that for the past couple of years. But the trailer came out and people were picking it apart. They didn't account for the rule of cool. They were just like, oh, well, in this edition, that class can't do this thing. And they were really, really nitpicking it. And it was really awful to read. And I didn't enjoy it whatsoever. I was like, guys, this was supposed to be fun. Stop. What are you doing? No, I don't want to read about what's all in the trailer, but. And then some people were like, well, it's not necessarily 5th edition D&D that they're basing this off of. And then the conversation devolved into, well, Hollywood doesn't pay attention about the details, nor does it care. And I'm like, oh, this isn't fun. And I know a lot of people are turned off from D&D. And I don't know. It's interesting. It's what I know the most about. So, yes, play a system that you know and love. But I think that curtails into some of my distaste for Twitter nowadays. It's interesting. I don't watch trailers or read people's reactions for reasons. Humans are just plain rude and nasty at times. Yes, and we'll diverge out of all this because I want it to be a happy time, but that's part of the conversation of me going into season 2 of how can I have Twitter as a tool to promote D&D, but not necessarily wake up every morning and then read what everyone has to say about stuff. Except Hope and True Jack and all my other lovely people. Thanks for coming from Twitter. All of the retweets that I got today for my invitation, y'all are very sweet. Ecology of Ants. Intelligence should be more important for classes other than Wizard, Artificer, Eldritch Knight, in my opinion. Yeah. Let's see. My boys are really smart, actually. Wow. Yeah. Onyx has a +1 intelligence. Toot has a +1 intelligence. Tipsy has a +2 intelligence. And Rock has a +4 intelligence. Yeah. So there's a couple mechanical flaws. Not flaws, but rules that I don't play. And I'm sure diehard D&D fans might not enjoy D&Me as much for a couple of reasons. But because I do away with some rules where I'm like, whatever. Or like I just give people advantage because I want things to happen. Anyways, that's what I'm learning from D&Me. Ooh, excellent. So what else have I learned from D&Me? One is, since I've decided to have an end to season 1. Strike that. I have a chat question. Who of the boys has been the most challenging to play during the course of this campaign? Interesting. So, Tipsy is always the wisecracking, looting rogue. I forgot some rogue mechanics halfway through the show, but then I relearned them. Onyx has been challenging because he's grown into his own person, and it's hard figuring out what his obsession is because he's very like laser focused towards something. So either it's like collecting stuff from a kill he just did, or staring uncomfortably at Tiffany for an episode or two. But he's growing into just a very funny person. I would say Rock was challenging at the very beginning because I've only played 2 or 3 sessions with Rock, and the voice I used for Rock in his game was the typical orc, like having your lower jaw extended. But I did that for the first episode, or maybe the second one also, but I was like, oh no, that would suck doing 50 episodes of that. But besides just vocal mechanics, like finding Rock as a person was really interesting, and figuring that out versus him being a wizard and going not against, but like balancing that and the orc heritage and figuring that out, and then reminding myself that he's an illusion based wizard. So like Tipsy and Toot Toot are also very tricky in that way for like not wanting to do a lot of harm, so they have to figure out other ways. But Rock is the only one who would actively like make a distraction or something. Yay, Paige, I made it. Hello. Brumpus supports Onyx. Yeah. And then Toot Toot, I talked a little bit about this earlier, but Toot Toot, he was hard to figure out because he was an audience surrogate for so long, and him having his own storylines eventually, that helped a lot. But until episode 34, really, with companionship and him wanting to go to all the walking statues, and then him getting stabbed by Zobrin, Drew. So, yeah, that was episode 34, companionship. Then he's grown more into himself. But that was hard because I love Toot Toot so much, and I'm like, oh, why is he the lame one out of the 4? But much like for Toot Toot's game, he spent a lot of time lawfully good cleaning up other people's messes. So that's interesting to like figure out, like, okay, well, they did this, that was their decision, I'm going to let them do that. And then I'm going to do my own thing. So that's really interesting because I would always play like, we need to wrap things up. But as you start wrapping up the very first things, then like 6 more happen, and it's really hard to do that just on any level of D&D with any amount of people, etc. More chat stuff. I've fallen into a new class, Paladin, the Oath of Conquest. It's so much fun. I don't know that much about Paladins. I need to read into that. But, all right, to resume, in the last couple of weeks where I decided that I needed an end to Season 1, there was a point where, especially Thursdays, when I would rewatch the show. First of all, the energy drink that I drank at 6 o'clock on Wednesday nights really made it hard to sleep Wednesday nights. So I would get up Thursday really tired, but I would want to upload the video for YouTube and make all the posts and title cards. And then it just takes me hours and hours and hours to rewatch it. And it's 2.5 hours, yeah, but it would take me 6 hours to rewatch it. It's really obnoxious, and that's something I want to change for Season 2. But I came up with this cool thing where during one of my drives, I was like, you know what? Let's there's a productivity pixie out there. And for every hour that I focused do something for D&Me of like answering emails or making posts or combing through stuff, like I will keep track of every full hour that I do, and I will strive to hit 100 hours to appease the productivity pixie. So that was fun for me, and that's a good way to work around that. But also, it's a very good big point here that I'll make in a second. But I do need to use the restroom because this champagne is just going through me. So I will throw up a pre-show. Man, my intermissions got kind of wonky after a while, so I'll just do a pre-show. And then I'll play the pre-show with the lobby song as soon as I come back. Here we go. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you all for being here. Let me just, I'm coming back on the, wait a second. Y'all are so sweet in the chat. All right, here's the lobby song.
Let's all roll for our hobby. Let's all roll for our hobby. Oh, let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Tipsy's drunk as shit. Onyx loves to hit. Ooh, Rock's magic is handy. Toot Toot's music is dandy. So let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Toot.
Come friend, now let me in here. And da 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 da. So I will do this. Reading the chat. Y'all are so sweet. You are so, thank you so much. Like everyone who's here, beyond viewer numbers or whatever, y'all mean so much to me personally and as friends and family, and y'all are so great. Ha! I miss the old intro. Tipsy. Tipsy, how much have you had? Not enough! Get down from that table. That was pretty good. Yeah, I was thinking about that also, like me rotating 3 D20s, like to count down the last minute. That was really cool. I do have in my notes that I need more pre-show music so that it's not just this pre-show placard. It's very good, but like it's silent for 20 minutes and then it's kind of jarring, I'm sure, when the lobby song comes back on. But anyways, if you haven't seen it, oh, I need actual water now. Ow. Show us your nails. All right. So this is just a normal hand, and they're a little bit long. But I've been growing these babies out for no real reason. And they're like the longest they've ever been. And I like file the sides so like I can scratch someone's eye out. Yeah. I don't have any polish on them because polish feels kind of weird sometimes. Ew. So healthy. All right, so if you missed it in episode 50, called episode 50, it's never getting old. Toot Toot then sang a song at the end to celebrate them coming together and then deciding to open Tipsy's Tavern. So here we go. Come, friends, drop that circumstance fuss for a tale of victorious, a group for adventure with gnome, dwarf, and half-orc, an ode on this side of Locks. Now gather round... God damn it. Okay, all right. No, only I can sing it. Here in Versailles, there's, like, race cars outside. Okay, are you done? Okay, I was in the middle of something. Okay. Jesus Christ. All right, I'll read Pretty Painum. Morgan is astounded. Love the French tips. Claws. What color are you going to paint them? Claws. Big scratch. Let's peer pressure Victor into painting their nails black. Toot toot. Yeah, and they're just natural. In episode... Oh, one of the episodes. I came back from Alabama and I had painted nails. So one of the episodes I had painted nails. Anyways, orange and black with pumpkins. Y'all are cute. Okay, I'm going to restart because, okay. Come, friends, drop that circumstance fuss for a tale of victorious, a group for adventure with gnome, dwarf, and half-orc, an ode on this side of Locks. Now gather round, I'll tell you about this mighty team. They may sound familiar, voices peculiar, but soon your eyes will gleam upon this marvelous small rogue with a damn cute freaking rat. His choices are iffy, his quips are quite lipsy, but his drinks are where it's at. Next comes the white dwarf man, whose rageful wants are for bones, and he thrills, he kills, or the guts that he spills, and the hides that he will tan. The purple wizard is next, he plays with the forms you can see, disguise himself in visible wealth. His draconic company lovely, featuring Toot Toot and 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 Toot Toot. 2 tusks, 2 ears for the songs that he hears, musical talent for all to revere, an elephant heart for the ones he holds dear. We've been playing for 1 full year, it's time for D and me. 4 boys, 1 crew, 50 adventures to view, 100,000 more quests to do, so keep an ear out for season 2. Until then, thank you. So, that is the version Toot Toot sung at the end of episode 50, called episode 50. So, I'll make Bradley sing it. But, yeah. So, that's all lovely. Bop. Oh, yes. Clap, 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 clap. I love it. Brava. Y'all are so sweet. Love. Excellent, bravo, y'all. Oh my goodness, thank you. Aw, y'all are so sweet. So sweet, thank you. Lord Toot Toot, we love you. That's me, Tipsy. Hey, everybody. Whoa, you know what? Tipsy's gonna take over. Tipsy's gonna take over for a little bit. And clap, clap, clap. Yes, clap, clap, clap. Victor, this glass has a lot of empty space in it. First of all. Second, yeah. No. Oh, so many bubbles. Hey, Tipsy. What's up? Victor's kind of buzzed, so look it. Drink it, Tipsy. You know what? I should chug it, but I chugged an IPA on stream one time, and Victor was not happy, so I won't do that. But what's up, everybody? Let's see. Thank you so much for showing up. This is me, Tipsy. I got some... Here, let me see if Victor's notes... Tipsy, no, come on. No, I'm just going to read my notes about what's coming up for dear old Tipsy bottle opener. Shoot. Oh, shot. Ooh. Blah, blah, blah. What was Tipsy's face about D and me? Wait, you chugged an IPA? No, that sounds painful. It was. Wink. What was Tipsy's face thing about D and me? Oh, fave thing, probably. Fave thing about, what's my favorite thing about, me? All the gold. I have so much gold, y'all. Favorite thing about Dean Me, really, permission to do anything. Toot Toot gave up on trying to reel me in for things. Waddle's got a lot of play. That's really cool. Helping the were-rats was really neat. That was really special. So, thank you, Victor. You're welcome. Yeah, so here's a cool thing. Tipsy, didn't know why I was helping the were-rats. I know Victor thought the were-rats were cool, so that's why he wanted to keep them from the sewers. But, like, for a while, I didn't have any... Like, I did, but I didn't know why. I was helping, like, the were-rats. The friends you made along the way. Queso Quest was very good, even though I did very little for that. I ate some cheese after a little bit, but it wasn't until episode 28, Diamond and Silver, where I was talking with Remy after he tried to attack us in the alley, where I was just talking, and I was like, hey, you know what? We're all oddballs. We're all misfits. So do you think they would get, just describing how all of Victorious were a bunch of weirdos, and that's why I wanted to help them, and like the connection with the rats and Waddles, like that was really cool. It wasn't until then when it clicked, and I was like, okay, good. We have a narrative reason. We have a story reason to figure that out. But the friends you made along the way. Yep. Yeah. So, any other questions for Tipsy? Tipsy, hey, we're on TPSY 98.7. The Tipsy Brap. Ooh. Victor had this prepared, and he didn't do it, so I'm going to set it up now. Great. Any other questions for Tipsy? Oh, now I can't see the thing. Well, shit. Tipsy did not think this out. Great. That's 2-2. That's rock. Wow, this is turning out great. Love DJ Tipster. Well, you are my number one fan, _. So then... Yeah. As soon as Victor bought the digital files for one of our friends to print, then we literally... Onyx, you gotta move, man. You gotta move. I am the star of the show. My name is Stars now. My nickname... Yeah, here we go. Here, just scoot over even more. So that it's just me. Yeah, just me. So that's all the... Victor really can't see the screen right now. What do you want to do in season 2? They look so good. Are those 3D printed? Yeah. So, as soon as Victor bought the digital files in order to send them to a friend to 3D print them, then literally the next day, we went into spring. So all of these wonderful winter outfits were null and voided. So Victor needs to redo those. You doofus. Here, I'm going to write that down in his notes right now. Redo Hero Forges. Redo Hero Forges. Spring! Get tipsy. More alcohol. What do I want to do in season 2? Well, I helped the whale-wats, but... What else do I want to do? I have a lot of gold. Hey, I want to head up the restoration, the renovation of Tipsy's Tavern. So I'm going to have my own tavern. That's just me. Well, and then the other ones. But I'm going to deck it out. And then, since we're part of the Harpers now... Oh, spoiler. Spoiler, we're a part of the Harpers now. But, yeah, we're going to do some real cool stuff about that. Love the winter gear, though. They look so comfy. Yeah. Actually, Aaron W., your emotes game is unbeatable. All right. Any other thing for me, Tipsy? before I let the other boys have a go at it. Just spread them all out. Great. No. Let's tilt you a little bit. Onyx is next, so you're going to have fucking 17 minutes of radio silence. You better get the chatty one out of the way. Okay. Tipsy Tavern t-shirts. Yes. When we come back for season 2, then Victor definitely wants to do like a lot of art so that we can have a lot more merchandise available. Can I have a hug, Tipsy? Actually, Aaron W., here you go. I'm only 2'10", so like your legs are getting squozed. There you go. Yeah, that was great. When are we getting a recipe book from Tipsy's Tavern? Okay, Victor's been collecting recipes for drinks and like little snackies. So, literally, that's something that is in the works. So that's great. Good. All right. Last chance. Literally 60 seconds left to talk to Tipsy. So thank you so much for watching all 50 episodes. I'm assuming every person here has watched all 50 episodes. There's a balloon here, right here. Yes, let's go. All right. So thank you so much for watching all 50 episodes. Thank you for buying a whole bunch of merchandise. And I'm going to have stuff on here. Love you, Tipsy. Love you, Tipsy #1 fan. I'm your biggest fan. Hey, keep on keeping on. Here you go, Onyx.
Hey. I'm Onyx, the Dwarf Barbarian. That one's me. So what's my favorite part of D&D? Finding a group of people that I actually want to adventure with. Like, I adventured with some other people earlier, but these guys seem cool, and they let me take care of the bodies, so that's neat. Tiffany's really pretty. That's fun. I'm gonna learn how to tan stuff and like prepare hides. So that's cool.
Victor here. Onyx has the same energy as Midnight Mark from Pirate Radio. That's great. I watched that for my birthday. So good.
Hey, I'm back. Can you get closer to the mic? Onyx, okay. It's me, Onyx. What? Oh, there's a lot of stuff. I can't see it. Onyx, hey, there's a lot of emotes. Brumpus. Bro money. Brum. Protein. Hearts. Black hearts. Ooh, that's fun. Which is your fave trophy? Onyx, when are you getting the cool guy glasses? All right, that was a thing, right? For the art, we did glasses for me for a little bit. What was my favorite trophy? My vertebra, I would say, having the vertebra on my beard. I like that a lot. It pulls the whole look together. So, yeah. I like killing them. I like killing. Well, that sounds, not good when you say it like that, but the beard always looks nice. Things. All right, am I done? One more minute. So, thanks for watching. And Victor, can I tell them to send us money and stuff?
I mean, you can try, but do you want something on your Amazon? Should all the boys have Amazon wish lists? That'd be funny.
Yeah. Victor, I've seen you go on the internet and then look up bones to buy online. So, for me, I would hope.
Onyx said send the boys gifts.
Oh.
Onyx, you were a sailor before the adventure, right? What was your life before?
That's a good question. So I was a sailor before. Yeah, I was a pirate. Victor mentioned this earlier, but I was, my nickname was the Pyrite Pirate. So there was a lot of gold motif and stuff. But my life beforehand was, can you see me? It was kind of lonely, actually. So, like, I was in a dwarfenage. But I don't know. My parents, I think, died. And then I ran away with a friend, but the friend left after a while. And then I met a mentor in the woods, and then he left after a while. And then I pirated for years. And then
This, that, and the other.
I hung out with a crew who were just fine. And then I got zapped over to Waterdeep, and then I met Tipsy and Rock and Toot Toot, and they gave me a really cool room and let me kind of do whatever I want, so I like that a lot. But it was lonely beforehand.
Victor, could Defo give you all wish lists or set you up a Throne account?
What's the difference between Amazon wishlist and Throne? I hope if you're still up, you have a Throne, so.
Onyx, sad.
There's a lot of sad stuff, but that's fine. I'm not lonely now. Like, I have my own room, and it has a really cool view, and I have a turret, and the mantles, so.
Throne has more gifting options than just Amazon.
Okay. We'll look up Throne. Okay. I'm done. Bye.
Oh, hold on. Can list Etsy and then cite specific gifts from the companies they work with too.
All right. I'm done. Thank you all for watching. Bye.
Hello, I'm Rock. Sorry. Would you like a pet? Oh, Onyx. Would you like a pet?
I thought about it, but seeing Waddles, who's Tipsy's pet, like, my first instinct was to smash Waddles. I won't tell him, but yeah, that was my first instinct. And then Wishes is pretty cool. I haven't talked to him a lot, but what kind of pet would he have? Like a good one? A pet rock? Lol.
This is Victor cracking him. That was very funny.
But
Onyx, would you like a pet rock?
I would pet a rock. I don't know. Onyx needs a Torg. What's a Trog? I'm thinking like a...
Trog is a cinematic cross-gender tabletop role-playing game.
I don't get it. Okay. Okay.
A rock is fun. Jesus God. Boy, that's lightning, huh? Pet rock. Wait, that's Star Trek. It's like I forgot what they're called in D&D. No snakes.
Right now, like instinct, if I have to say the first thing that comes to mind, like a giant boar. Not like the piglet, something smaller, and hairy, and tough.
Like, Victor was watching The Hobbits yesterday. So, Hobbit's the Desolation of Smaug, and then Hobbit, our Battle of the Five Armies. So, like, if I could have a boar that I would ride into war, that'd be cool. I'm going to write that down for you, Victor.
Onyx, boar to ride into war. Like Billy Connolly.
into war. All right. A tribble? No, Torg is like warg. Torg is a Klingon champion. Throw truffles at the boar. All right. Well, I'm gonna let y'all fight that out. Okay. Bye. Hello, it's me, Rock the Purple. I'm having a little bit difficulty seeing both the chat. No tribbles. Yes, you. Do they just do you not feed the tribbles? I don't remember the exact gremlins. You don't feed after midnight or water them or. No tribbles. No. Hi, Rock the sweet oneer. Oh, you were mentioning also earlier that Rock is a sweet wizard boy. Rock, the sweetest wizard friend. Rock, the sweetest of wizard friends. Yes, hello. Tribbles mate a lot. Well, good for them, I suppose. Hello. I'm Rock, the half-orc wizard. What is my favorite part of D&D? Learning a whole lot of spells. I have even more spells to learn, and now I actually have gold to take into account. I have spells from Grumshar's spellbook that I still haven't learned, but I'm not going to use False Life or Burning Hands anytime soon. But you don't want tribbles. Hi, Rock. All the spells. Yes, I do want to learn all the spells. I do. We talked about it in the last D&Mead where we took over and Victor took a bit of a break. But goodness, there is thundering outside. But I do want to spend some more quality time with Paige, who has been a delight. Paige's namesake is also in the chat right now. Hello. But my bronze dragonborn, not betrothed, but beloved, I would say, maybe. She's delightful, and I want to learn more about her story and just the bronze dragons and how she came about the bookworm's treasure. And she's delightful and wonderful and shares my intellect, speaking of ecology fans. So, let's see. Tree Kali SO is what you should not feed the tribbles. Aw, Paige. Yes. So, Paige, since we have you on board, could we ask if you are comfortable with it? Could we ask what it's like to have a D&Me character named after you? Like, how do you feel about that? Because Victor occasionally, well, most of the time, forgets that he did name a character after you. And so when he talks about Paige and my relationship with Paige, we are talking about Paige the Wordsmith, Paige the Bronze Dragonborn, the owner of the Bookworm's Treasure. And every once in a while, I would say once out of every 5 weeks, then he remembers that there's a Paige McCat. It's such an honor to have been an inspiration, totally. Oh, well, fantastic. Wonderful, because she's really quite a delight, and you are equally as intelligent, so it's wonderful to have such a academic inspiration. So thank you for being so receptive towards that. I'm waiting on the PBO Transmissions says, I'm waiting on the Rock plus Paige handfasting marriage of sorts. Well, we are still quite early in a relationship. We are holding hands in the Seven Masks Theater so far, so that was quite fun. But oh goodness. Yes, we are taking it as slowly as we need to. There's no there's no forcing anything, and I certainly do not want that. So, yeah. Hey, this is Victor. I got two. I got two texts. One that just said dwarfenage, and then one that says fuck off. Amazing. That's so good. Awesome. Oh boy. Oh, Sarah, I love you so much. All right. And back into character. Hello.
Hey, I'm not telling you to rush. Y'all are adorable. Keep it going. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It makes me feel so loved to have such an incredible person want to use me as a namesake for their project. Well, Paige, you are quite an incredible person. So that is only that, along with the 10 minutes theme, goes hand in hand with itself. So the storm gods approve of this season 1 celebration. Yes. Critical Role, the Thunder God. I don't recall what his name was, but good. I'm so glad that you feel loved because, Paige, you deserve love. So there we go. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm very excited about more spells. Victor, a little bit of spoilers, but it's going to be months until season 2, so this wouldn't be too much. You all might forget, but Victor has a very exciting character lined up for my storyline, so which was very interesting. We'll talk about this if a season 2 does not happen, which, knock on wood. But Paige, the original introduction of Paige was for this other character who we have not met yet. But the fact that Paige was a female character and as academically enthusiastic as me, then that took on just a whirlwind on itself. So that's something that Victor did not expect and has been just paid off in dividends. Is that the right? Dividends? Has been amazing and remarkable. So that's a little behind the scenes, parting of the curtains. I wasn't ready for Victor to make me tear up watching the stream. Aw, Paige. Well, that's very sweet. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for taking your time, taking your evening to accompany us. That's very meaningful. Thank you very much. Yes. And it might not be season 2, but season 3 or 4 later on, Victor has other plans for... I am half orc, so there is whole stories behind that. And Toot again, we've brought into the last couple episodes his tribe in the Sandlust Desert. So, excuse me. Oh, that my apologies. That was Tipsy and Onyx. Oh, that one was fuzzy. Ugh, I didn't like that. But thank you so much. Paige and Rock sitting in a tree. Reading. Oh, OMG, that's very cute. If that isn't season 2, I'll riot. Well, okay. To be fair, I did say in a couple of the last episodes that the first date that me and Paige had at the Cherub's Eloquence was a bit awkward. Victor didn't plan for that scene to be... It didn't feel fruitful. But then I came back and borrowed a bunch of books from Paige, The Bookworm's Treasure, which is now my library source, and I'm very excited about that. But I did say that we have earned an additional date, a second date, of us choosing books out for each other and then reading them on our own leisure and accord. So that has been, we are reading, although separately, it might be really cute to read them together. But yes. If that isn't in season 2, we'll riot. First comes history, then comes philosophy, then comes critical chaos theory. That quite well done. Quite well versed. All right. One more minute with me, Rock the Purple. Hello. Dodio something. Hello. Always a pleasure. Hashtag relationship goals. Well, from what Victor has told me, Tipsy #1 fan _ your ecology of ants. See? So it's very much that was very tipsy, just all right. Always here to help with the silly whims of words. Hi, Rock. Hello. All right. Thank you very much. And now finally, Toot. I'm so excited for our marathon. Yes. Ecology of Ants. Have you read the Silmarillion? Is that how you pronounce it? Cimmerillion. I've talked to someone else about that earlier, but we have our own toot. Yes, sorry for the tease, but real quick, soon I will watch all of the extended editions of The Lord of the Rings, which Victor has not seen earlier beforehand. So, fan person screams, no, but I have a copy that needs reading. Well, you have 2 days. I don't think you can read the Silmarillion in 2 days, but that's very funny. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate Paige, of course. Dodie or something. But thank you for... I said it at the end of episode 50, which is entitled episode 50, which will never get old. But this was an opportunity for me to grow and to live and become my own person. So thank you very much. Hi, it's Victor real quick. I'm just gonna... Fan person screams, no, but I have a copy of the name. Victor watching the new Lord of the Rings series on Prime. Apparently, I learned from Twitter that Peter Jackson was completely iced out of the new series. He was approached, he was asked if he wanted to be a part of it, and then Peter Jackson said, it's impossible to know without reading the script, which, Peter Jackson, you did 6 movies. I think you could say like a solid yes or no at the but and then they ghosted him. So that's kind of interesting that I read today. And Paige McCat, a precious black heart. Bro, what? I know. All right, now. Toot. Hello, PBO Transmissions. Oh, no! Oh! Well, that was a lot to see. Hopefully... Oh, golly. Everyone fell. What a clumsy endeavor. What an entrance, though, right? Toot. Hello, PBO Transmissions. You were the only person super excited about me, personally. First of all, thank you very much. We love you, Toot. Second, I don't know if you've seen it, but there was the May the 4th. No, it was the evening before May the 4th, where it was May the 3rd, and we did a DN artistry. Any casualties? Thankfully, no, which was amazing because they're all, they're 3D printed, but they are a little bit fragile. They all survived. So, I don't know if you've seen it, but the DN Artistry May the 3rd, the evening before May the 4th, which is Star Wars Day, we did a version of me. We constructed a version, which was Max Rebo, which is the elephantine piano player for Jabba the Hutt. And as we transformed me into Max Rebo, we did take off my shirt. So I don't know if you've seen that yet, but I can hear the rewind button on YouTube. But it was mentioned that PBO Transmissions would quite enjoy that. My boy Toot Drewster, always a pleasure. Thank you very much, Father, for giving me life. Remarkable. We talked earlier today about how your campaign gave me life, and how we talked earlier about your Loxodon character, which inspired Victor to then make his own Loxodon character, which is a bard, which is very funny because 7'3", that's very attention grabbing in itself and not stealthy at all, but that's wonderful. So thank you. Actually, Aaron W. Hi there, Toot. Hello, Aaron. PBO Transmission. What? No, I need to see it. Drewster, sexy Toot. I'm here for it. So we took off my shirt. We just erased the sleeves and then made Max Rebo. But I have not seen the Boba Fett. Victor has not seen the Boba Fett series. So Max Rebo makes a reappearance. Fans self-woo. Please excuse me while I watch something. Well, you can watch that later. Right now you have all of me. All of me loves all of you. Perfect imperfections. Something. Hello, I am Tutu the Loxodon Bard. Thank you very much for coming to Season 1 D&Me Celebration.
This has been a remarkable endeavor. What is my favorite thing so far? So, during Drew's campaign, I would sit there listening to everyone else doing their own things. Oh my god. Will we get an album soon? Maybe a single. Wow, what a question. Well, I did sing earlier, Obsessed with Toot Toot. Well, thank you very much, Paige. I will tell Rock. No, I'll take all of you, Toot Toot, although I'm taller than you. Hopefully that's okay. Per canon, Admiral is 7'9". Well, as was established early on in D&Me canon, I am particularly self-conscious, not self-conscious, but very aware if a character is nearing or above my 7'3". For example, Tiffany the Goliath fighter. Yes, Onyx, yes. But she is 7'7", so that's 4 inches taller. So we did have an interaction where I was like, oh, goodness gracious, she is very tall. But 7'9", goodness gracious. And Admiral is a hologram, if I'm correct in remembering. If my Loxodon memory is all that. Obsessed with Tutu, thank you very much, Paige McCount. Me texting Bradley about the album, lol. Well, so I need a Toot Toot album. Oh my goodness, we love Tiffany. Yes, Tiffany, the Goliath fighter, AI form. Yes, good distinction. But for Toot Toot, I have had a couple songs. One was D&Me. D&Me, D&Me, is this show? Is this show? I don't know the rest of the words. Which, I don't think he showed up today, but Peter O'Neill said that was a very good belting when I did it. So thank you very much, Peter. Although Brumpus is 8'3", so we kind of big. Yes, those are gigantic numbers. I have a very small party, 2'10", 5'1", which is tall for a dwarf, and then 5'11", which is Rock the Half-Orc Wizard. But speaking of me and Toot Toot, I did that song, Take On Me, and then delicious. I love it. Here in Versailles, it is also storming and thundering if you are in Atlanta and experiencing this wonderful. But here is the lobby song, which I did conduct.
Toot, 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 toot. Let's all roll for our hobby. Let's all roll for our hobby. Oh, let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Tipsy's drunk as shit. Onyx loves to hit. Ooh, Rock's magic is handy. Toot Toot's music is dandy. So let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit.
Toot. And then earlier today, I sang the new theme song that I sang at the end of episode 50, which is entitled 50, which will never get old. I have in the comments, it's also storming in Nashville. Amazing. The Christmas song. Do I have the Christmas song still? I believe I do. All right. Let's get that up. Oh, boy. Yeah, so I sung a bunch of songs, y'all. And I have my own Toot Toot's ongoing Spotify playlist, which is, excuse me. Oh, Toot Toot. Nope. Tipsy and Onyx drink so much. I do apologize. And Victor did as well. So, let's see if that transfers over. It's a beautiful playlist. Thank you very much. Yes. So, Toot Toot's ongoing Spotify playlist, which you can find on Spotify, which is part of the Linktree, linktr.ee/D&Me Adventures and Like Gnome. Where Sam Regal, who played Scanlan Shorthold in Critical Role, sang over 200 songs. So me and everyone on D&Me, including Victor, have referenced over, I'm bringing it up now, but over a lot of songs. 50-50. Uni 50. I love it. So I'll bring that up. It is raining like the dickens outside. Very exciting. So we're doing that, but let's see if I can finagle this really quickly.
5 toot tootsie.
Okay, don't listen to it yet. This is the Christmas song that Tatum Spearman composed, and I invited her tonight, but she was busy elsewhere. But thank you very much again, Tatum. Advanced audio properties. Monitor out. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Come, friend, now lend
Nope,
me.
wrong one. Shoot. Nope. Okay, hold on. Okay,
Come, friend,
all right.
now lend
Ready,
me ear.
set.
5 toot toot sings. 5 toot toot sings.
5 toot toot toot.
That is not a good rendition of it. Hold on, I apologize. Let me just finagle things up real quick.
5
Da-ba-da-da-da. Don't even worry about it. I think the other scene had too much going on, so that's why it was not. Okay.
Toot 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 toot.
Oh
That's
boy.
all
Oh
from-
boy. Nope.
toot toot sings.
Okay. Here we go.
5 toot toot sings. 5 toot toot sings.
5 toot 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 sings. 5 toot toot sings. 5 toot toot sings. 5 toot toot sings.
Amazing. That was well worth it. Every second. Nope. Okay. Fabulous. So, thank you very much, Hope. Your voice is so nice. That's very meaningful. Thank you very much. Toot Toot's ongoing Spotify playlist has 185 songs. So that's incredible. And speaking of Tipsy #1 fan _ saying that, it is really an encore. Well, thank you. I will appreciate and receive that as will wishings. But do I have any other songs? I could sing the theme song again, maybe after this. But good Lord, I love it. I would much rather have the thunder sound instead of loud cars or dogs. Anyways, thank you so much for saying that, Tipsy #1 fan, because when Victor approached doing a bard character, he is still very self-conscious about his singing. And if it isn't for the dramatic voice of Toot Toot, the theatricality, and the different register, almost, of singing, then Victor would probably not. He would do his little cute quips and theatrical tunes, just reciting songs, but he appreciates the Toot Toot character to hide behind so that he can sing. Otherwise, he feels like he is not much of a singer. So it is really interesting to explore that as Toot Toot and mentioning 185 songs. So thank you very much for your enthusiasm. I love all the different little parts of you are in your characters. Well, thank you very much. That is a whole PhD dissertation of Victor and his presence in all of the characters he has. Therefore, you can see the back of my head in my whole recording studio in that balloon. But Sorry we spaced out. Ha ha ha. Funny because we are live in a space station. But Toot Toot and Victor have the soothing voice. Well, thank you very much. But yeah, through Toot Toot, then Victor has felt comfortable in singing. And only through Toot Toot. If Victor were to sing that 5-part Christmas harmony, then that would feel different. But thank you all very much for supporting and encouraging a whole album. So, in fact, when we first started the theme, I don't think Victor thought of having Toot Toot sing it, but maybe for season 2. But right now, thank you again to Bradley Owens, who performed and produced the theme song. Victor's gonna pay him after a while here soon. But here is the the D&Me theme song once again, just to hear for your fabulous pleasure. We need more Toot Toot singing. Toot Toot could just read me a food label and I'd be fine. Toot Toot, I think you're great. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for your fabulous words of encouragement. Words of affirmation is my primary love language, where gift giving or gifts are onyxes, quality time is rocks, and Tipsy, what is your love language? Tipsy, what's your love language? Money. Okay, well, besides that, what else are your... I'm gonna write that down. It's very funny. Money. Oh yeah, the royalties are gonna be redonkulous. Well, thank you very much. But Tipsy, what's your love language? I want those greenbacks. Money. Let's see. What's my love language? They're acts of service. Quality time. Meh. Gifts. I'm getting there. Words of affirmation. I feel that might be it. And then physical touch. Physical touch is actually Cleo's love language. Which is fun because if you've paid attention throughout all of D&Me, then like to see which characters have what different love language, even like the NPCs, which is a really cool like layer besides just voice or physical appearance. So gifts, lol, Tipsy, you must now call me the money. You must now call the monies the greenbacks. Gifts is pretty good. Yeah, I guess gifts. Cause I gave like Cleo a hold on. Champagne is so hard to chug. Oh no. And I'm gonna write that timestamp down because that was very funny. I do all the things for the jokes. But it's actually acts of service though, which is the funniest part. Wait, what? Money is acts of service? Gifts can be monies. Oh no. What do you expect from chugging champagne? Yep. Did not expect that. Forever drunks, Tipsy will be forever drunk and he really will drink forever and ever and ever. That is my favorite part so far. I love. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna get me now. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna get me now. I take a whiskey drink. I take a lager drink. I take a soda drink. I take a lager drink. Don't get midnight. God damn. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I got that much left, right? Tipsy the night away. Tipsy the night away. Tipsy, stop. Listen. Aaron W., you like Toot Toot more, so. Yeah. No, I'm kidding. Okay. That is my favorite part so far, chugging the champagne. Good. I mean, you had a very heartfelt dedication from Rock, but that's fine. I meant that Tipsy's love language is actually acts of service. Yeah, I demonstrated that for the Were-Rats, for the Patras. Oh, God. But this guy said chug.
Tipsy, stop. I like that. Tipsy, stop. Okay. We'll answer what's Toot Toot's biggest want for season 2. Golly, I need to use the restroom, but I don't want to. Okay, I'll use the restroom really quickly, and I'll be right back. Ready? We'll do it in Bradley's theme song, which is what I was gonna play next, anyways. So here we go. Okay, ready, set.
Come, friend, now lend me an ear for a tale of Victor the Weird. He went on an adventure with he, him, and himself, and also his mighty fine beard. Now gather round, I'll tell you about this mighty beast. He may look as human, as mere as you, friend, but soon your eyes will feast upon this marvelous creature with many body parts. His one shirt may fool you, but what if I told you his chest had 4 red hearts? One mouth but 1,000 voices, one mind and limited choices. 2 handsome dice, 2 handsome dice. The audience rejoices. He's going to play D&D with him, himself, and he. Those are his pronouns. It's really profound. It's time for D&D, featuring Victor and 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 Victor. One knows who knows how many repeats. So come and sit down in an empty seat. It's time for D&D. 2 eyes, 4 cheeks, 2 souls on his feet. 2 hands for winning and foes to defeat. 1 tongue, 2 lips through which to speak, but just one but.
I mean, come on. Thank you very much, Bradley Owens. You can find them at Breadley Ovens on Instagram. That's Bread Ley. They produced and performed this song. Thank you so much. I have that much champagne left in the whole bottle. So there we go. Okay, this slaps, but it also soothes. Confusion in the best way. Super soothing, very, but that's Bardcore for you. Bardcore, that's great. Right? Oh. So thank you so much, Bradley Owens, the partner of Paige McCap. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I completely railroaded all of that, huh?
It is okay. Thank you very much. So, to answer a question, woof, you drank all the champagne, just random battles of alcohol. That was a natural 20. So, super soothing. Yes, thank you very much. Again, Hope and Bradley and all of that. Tipsy, the small bottle ender. But we have a question I saw. Drewster. No, hold on. Yep. Scrolling. What is Toot Toot's biggest want for season 2? Well, in no small measure, we encountered my first love's brother, who says that he knows where she is. So, in no small way, that is something that I am very actively interested in. So, again, that is Zalvrin, the Drow prince. Whoa! Did you see that? All right. So, I'm going to let it give a minute. We are the power went out. So that's very exciting. I have 1 light left. And let us I will take this as a sign that we should wrap up. So refresh and we back. Yes, the storm outside took out everything. So we are now on laptop battery for OBS, which will eat it up, I'm sure. Thank you so much. I will end with just a little bit. Power outage? Yes, we literally 1 light left. But this is very exciting. So, thank you so much for being here. What are
No, hey, we're gonna do Victor now. So, what? Right here in the last little bits, this is Victor. We love you, Victor. Thank you. We love you, Victor. Oh, y'all are so sweet. So, thank you so much for coming to my season 1 celebration for D and Me. 50 episodes, a whole season. We have a lot of new merchandise. We have a poster and a kind of a puzzle. We have different season 1 stickers and stuff. But thank you so much for joining us here, everybody. This show has meant the world to me for the past year. And I have in my notes, what do I want to say to season 2 Victor, and what do I want to say to season 0 Victor before we actually started this whole endeavor. So, season 2, just keep having fun. I have in my notes also what it's like wrapping up storylines. So, at times it felt like it was Lost, the TV show Lost, where I was just introducing a whole bunch of stuff and none of it was resolving, and that was like really concerning for me. But thankfully it never got to Lost where I didn't explain any of that. It was like I did eventually. It sometimes feels like Marvel, where I just introduce new characters at the end of the movie and just go, hey, figure that out later. It's like, oh, okay, well, but for season 2, I would be more interested in wrapping things up like Stranger Things. So I rewatched seasons 1 through 3 of Stranger Things in preparation for 4 before I go over to New Zealand and Australia. But they very purposefully have these different branches that all intersect in the last like 2 episodes. So I would be more interested in that, where instead of Marvel, where I just introduce stuff and like hope that it all comes together. And I feel like I do put it all back together. Especially these last like 2 episodes of season 1, episode 49 and episode 50. They all came back together, but it, like for the Castle Lanterns and Plaza Grelhund, I feel like I really do feel like you don't care about them because they were just introduced as an afterthought and there was no like connection to them, even though I wove them into the hags. But I would be more interested in laying purposeful foreshadowing, and I did. And for episode 50, like there was very clear indications that I had stuff planned for many episodes and they all came together. But yeah, that was really interesting, wrapping up storylines. But for season 2, I would like The Restful Lily, I felt went on too long. That was 9 episodes. But the balloon is becoming a part of Versailles. Yeah. That would be wonderful to watch. Yeah. Like I feel like I'm very good writing wise of making things happen. And I feel like some of my things that I do drop are for season 4 or 5. So it'd be interesting to like condense them into something more tangible, condensed for season 2 or 3. So that would be something. But mostly have fun, let things surprise you. Let your characters speak to you in ways you didn't expect, and like enjoy that ride. I love telling people when they're like, oh, you do Dungeons and Dragons by yourself, you must know exactly where everything's going. No, I love when I'm taken by surprise for stuff. Love you so much. Great stream. Thank you very much, Paige. But let things continue to surprise you. Let things continue to inspire you, because some of the best episodes I take like pages of notes because I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing to explore because of just some of my improv. So that would be season 2, Victor. Season 0, Victor, before the stream, enjoy it. Again, let things surprise you. It's going to be a bonkers year. Since 2020, nothing has ever been the same. So this is something completely new. Explore yourself as much as the art form. So
I like the experiment of not knowing at the spa was cool, and also this would be a new challenge, but still narrative play too. Yeah, no, I loved the 9 episodes of me not knowing what's in the next room. That was amazing. But I felt it went a bit too long. So thank you all very much for your patience for that. And thank you for your patience for the little blip of the power going out. How exciting. That's a lot better than the stream stopping for no reason 3 times for episode 50. But thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying tuned for this D&Me Season 1 celebration. I really appreciate all of my audience. I love my friends and family who watched for as little or as long of a time as they did. Thank you to my parents for watching all 50 episodes. That's huge. Thank you for resubscribing and liking all my things and following and subscribing. That's amazing. Thank you for suggesting things for the show. Yeah. Thank you so much. If you have any other questions or any comments, please message me. I love hearing from y'all about this thing. And I love when we talk about it outside of the Wednesday nights. So, we love you, Victor. Love you so much. Skiing emotes. Thank you. Y'all are amazing and some of my best friends. Even the people I'm blood related to, y'all are my best friends. So, thank you so much. I drank a whole bottle of champagne, huh? Give it up for me. Give it up for Tipsy. This balloon made it. I love you. I love you too, Poppy. Thank you. Skiing. All right. This light is connected to this dying laptop. So, Victor the Victorious, conqueror of seasons and platforms. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for a great season 1. Thank you for 50 amazing episodes. Here's to season 2, but here's for me resting in between then. So, thank you. Have a great night. Do I have a catchphrase? No, I let my boys say goodbye, but they already said goodbye. Oh, and the thing's dead. All right, well. Amazing. Go rest. Thank you. Thank you.